What is it to you? What is the ganja for Richard Miller?
I do it for all the pins in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I've got, it makes me normal. I can stay focused longer on a topic rather than tangenting a lot like I do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a functioning savant. That's what I am. And now I'm in agriculture.
Yeah.
I do urban survival skill workshops with Matt Stein. We do these living off the grid.
Yeah.
I have a nice PowerPoint. Can you live off the grid for 30 days? Most people have no clue and why. What will happen first will be FEMA, for water. That's the first thing that will fail. And the two diseases that will hit everybody will be exhaustion and dehydration. Those are the two primaries that will hit everybody, not Ebola or some of the other things. It will be dehydration and exhaustion. And mostly it's because you won't have your water together. And if you go into a FEMA camp, they will enforce inoculation. And so inoculations are probably as bad as the disease itself. Why would I want to do either? What I want to do is eat right. So sovereignty would be to set up my own garden, which I have in the back, grow my own food. Chattanooga now, since I did that, eats 40% of the food that they eat in Chattanooga is grown locally. And our logo for that is called Right Here, Right Now. And I just came back from Puebla, Mexico, where the president of that country is now doing the same thing with children out of Puebla to go into Mexico City and feed the homeless. And wait till you see what Mexico City looks like. I have never seen ghetto like that. That's from here to Roseburg, a solid ghetto.
Wow.
Solid.
Wow.
26 million people. And those that are not on the street are so close to it. All the barrios are set up with walls, and you can see them running with their rifles and white slavery and drugs. And yet, the children are happy because the family is still intact. And that's what's wrong with America, somewhat of Canada now, is the loss of the family. That part is gone. A lot of the kids like you have no direction. That's what you're trying to do, is be a path maker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I get it. That's what I did. Here I am now, old, grumpy, broke, fucked up, and being attacked. I'm going in for a CAT scan because of something weird that happened here on my jaw. I can't sleep at night. I didn't get much sleep last night. It's probably a bone spur against the thing. It happened when I had your teeth removed. And I don't trust anybody. I've had all these major surgeries. I've got a plate, pins. There's no elbow, it's a wire strap. But you can't tell much difference except other.
Yeah.
My broken heart, I forgot that one.
That might be the first one.
Never ending. How did John Cougar Mellencamp put it? Hurts so good. They tried to take me out financially, and my father came from the grave to save me. My dad died a year and a half ago. And I've got $16,000 in debts. I have $200 in the bank, and rent is due. And what happened the next was Sterling Bank called out of the blue. We found another IRA from your father, left over from his will. It's a small one, but and so I'm now realizing it's not about money. Right? There's something else going on here. That was my dad coming from his grave. I'm lucky. They're trying to mess with me. They came into my home and they wiped my computer twice, trying to erase all my books. My landlord of 15 years, I want to buy the place, and he's going to sell it, and I have to evacuate. I have to. Eviction. And I don't want to leave. This is my home.
So I have a little bit of a devil's advocate question for you.
Sure.
To me, it sounds like you're on your way out.
On the way out.
Like you're uprooting.
I'm going to have to.
How close are you to being done here?
No, I've got 10 more books ready for press this year. I did 4 books this last year. I did these 2, this one, and this one. These all 4 last year. I have 10 books all ready for press. They wiped them, but I got them back. 10 ready for press now. I have a whole series in Magic I haven't written. I mean, I've written it, they're online, but I haven't published them, you know. So the greater works that I've done. And I've got some new books in me that I'm writing right now. One of these books is called Spook Central, the work I did for MRU. I've got chapters on that already done. That one over there is called the SEAL Reports, the 12 reports I did to Navy SEALs. This one over here is the Marshall Papers. These are different books, you know. The Marshall Papers are the work of Bob Marshall working with Buckminster Fuller. He was an idiot savant. Nobody could understand him. And so Buck hired me because I was, you know, about as good as it gets that way, and was able to translate his stuff that led to the vector equilibrium matrix and the buckyball, that concept. It all came from Bob Marshall. He was an idiot savant out of Fort Bragg. Died this last year. Other books, you know, classics, you know. So I'm not on my way out. I'm being uprooted. And really, the good part will be to downsize. Where am I going to put everything? Well, you can see how I can pull things out of anything, and there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That part I'll miss.
Yeah.
I've probably got another 25 years. This guy, ooh, I'll show you a book.
All right.
This guy is on all the different ways they measure biological aging mechanisms clinically, where they do it at different universities around the world. And at the end of each one of these, his conclusion is that every single one we do is reversible. That means we can go back to any age that we'd like, nutrition, and just what we know today. Now,
so you're talking about reversing aging the same way you.
The way we measure various forms of aging,
Yeah.
every single one of those is reversible.
Yeah, because it's an anabolic function.
Just like my teaching SEALs how to control autonomic functions.
Yeah.
You can take control of your body. That is what we call a syntactic mode of consciousness, where you're consciously doing it with directed imagination.
Medical.
Yeah.